What's up, guys? Thanks for welcome back to the channel, Princess Level Radio. In this segment, the Vibe Report. Today, we are utilizing the Gaslit News background because the way my hair is set up, it looks really funny on the green screen. So, yeah. So, what prompted me to do this video was the fact that people have told me in the past that I actually look like NBA YoungBoy. I have Blueface's mom, but NBA YoungBoy has been like what I kept hearing. And you know, I don't take offense to that because I don't really care what people say. You know what I'm saying? But and it may be true. We may resemble. Drop it down in the comments. Let me know. So, and I've always been curious because he does look like we at least probably probably are part of the same Native American tribe, and so yeah. There was a time when, not too long ago, I was thinking about doing a video on, I think I may have actually done it. I have to check the channel. I'm not sure. And if I did, I'll drop a link. And I should have put that title thumbnail up now. And so in any event, I was concerned about him being like depressed. And he sounds so like depressed and just dark. It was just like a mess, you know? And that's kind of like the temperature of the room for his crowd. Like they all kind of know that and get that, right? But at any event, I didn't even know NBA was in prison. He was in prison and now he's home. So, rapper NBA YoungBoy returns to Utah, brings heavily armed security with him. So that brought me back to him like seeming so dark and depressed some years ago. Then he goes to jail, now he's home, and he's heavily armed with security. What is going on? Shout out to KUTV.com. Salt Lake City KUTV rapper Kentrell Gaudin, aka YoungBoy, has returned to Utah after serving prison time on a federal gun charge, and he's brought heavily armed security to an Olympus Cove neighborhood. Armed guards dressed in all black and wearing ski masks have been near his multi-million-dollar property, and neighbors can't help but notice and snitch to KUTV.com about it. There was a guy at the gate, and he was a really young guy, said Suman Singh, describing a scene in which police swarmed the area on Monday. I told you there was a neighbor who spoke. There were 4 or 5 police cars. Unified Police said the person they found was trespassing, but UPD did not say whether the individual was detained. Neighbor Judy Zone said Golden's guards have stopped people at a gate to his property, though she insisted the street is public and that for years people have walked their dogs there. I was stopped by 2 guys Saturday with bulletproof vests, security dressed all in black, and one of them had an AK strapped to his chest. She said, "It introduces this level of anxiety." So then Twitter goes, rapper Kentrell Gaudin, aka YoungBoy, is back in Utah after serving prison time for gun charge. Armed guards, sometimes with long guns, dressed in black with ski masks, keep watch outside his home. Oh gosh. Police have told the guards that people are not allowed to cross YoungBoy's property line, but they can be on the street. Gaudin was in a Utah courtroom last year accused of prescription drug fraud. Oh gosh, no wonder he was depressed. In which he paid a $25,000 fine. A judge also sentenced him to prison time for having a gun as a felon. Unified Police said the security team has the proper permits. Zone said a year ago one of YoungBoy's dogs attacked her dog and she had to cover her pet to protect it. She had a meeting with Gaudin, who is noted for raw lyrics, and said his demeanor belies the hard-edged security now in place in the Cove. Asked of her impression, she said, "He's actually a very young, nice man." Okay, isn't that something?
So, like, these are my friends, and...
Mind if I take some video of you?
Sure.
Okay, all right. These are your friends?
Yeah, I know these. We've been to their house a lot. And then, this is just a public access road. The people who live here have to hire, I know the guy who snow plows this road because the city doesn't plow it. Okay, so that's part of it. And then there's like 5 or 6 houses on the street. So basically, a lot of people in this neighborhood walk their dogs down the street because it's just flat and convenient. And if you walk in the Cove, It's up and down, up and down. So most people like to just, have a little stroll with their dog in the morning or the evening, and no one has ever said anything. And even
So you were surprised by this on Saturday.
well, I was, because I didn't know he was back. I didn't know that Kentrell was back. So
Guess who's
I'm
back?
going to bake him some cookies and bring him.
We're gonna bake him some cookies.
He's
He was a nice guy.
a very sweet kid. I mean, he's really young. This is a very young person. Very, very young person. Very kind. He called me ma'am. I told him I've never listened to his music. I don't recommend it. Yeah, he said, ma'am, I don't recommend it. He has a southern accent.
Ma'am, I don't recommend it. She said, ma'am. He said, ma'am, I don't recommend it. He's a southern accent. How sweet. So, nice or not, why is he so heavily armed with guard security and AKs? Like, that is just like deeper. I think that's deeper than the music you rap about when you're like that. Which brings me to, like, what are these guys afraid of? Are these guys afraid of the people that they work for, or the people that work for them? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, times are getting hard. So maybe, and if everybody else is getting laid off and their budget cuts, and then, NBA is in jail, maybe there's people who he may have owed money to or something. Or maybe, some people have to get cut off the payroll and they want to like do stuff. Who knows? But then you got this whole thing with the industry. Every single brown person, it seems like, it's going to be pulled down in the industry before it's all said and done. Maybe they're starting with men first, because it's usually ladies first, but now they're starting with men. I don't know, but it's just like it's literally, and it's not even just like they're being brought down. It's literally like their past is catching up to them. And it's like, guys, we know that this is the secular world, and a lot of and this stuff is like wicked. You know what I'm saying? I just think that with the help of YouTube, we're finding out the help of YouTube and Jaguar Wright. We're finding out that there's literally a lot of heinous and ratchet stuff that went on in the industry, and that goes on in the industry and in Hollywood. And I think these people, like, and then the rappers are just like falling off, like either they're being shot or they're like overdosing in a hotel. Come on, guys. Like, it's like, when are they gonna stop wearing that out? Shout out to Black Balloon. He knows that they keep on doing that. In any event, so people are worried, and that brings me to this guy, because he's also worried. Boosie Badass. Boosie Badass is also very, very worried. Recently, shout out to TheRoot.com. This scary incident left rapper Boosie Badass in pretty rough shape. Attention Charlotte, North Carolina residents. If you're looking for rapper Boosie Badass to appear at the upcoming Millennium Tour concert, he may or may not be in attendance. I think that the people in North Carolina are basically like praying to the Lord Jesus Christ to cover their homes with his blood so that nothing happens to them, because that's like really bad, like tornadoes and things happening in Carolina, and wildfires. My gosh. Based on... He may or may not be in attendance based on the events from Monday afternoon. Police say he was involved in a horrifying accident, leaving the rap artist peeled out of his vehicle. Police say the rapper was riding through Union City, Georgia around 3:30 p.m. when the incident occurred. Authorities say two cars collided at the intersection of South Fulton and Mason Road. One of those vehicles, a lime green and black BMW, was seen in bystander video with some serious damage. The vehicle was seen with all its doors open, surrounded by debris, and appearing to have deployed all four of its airbags. The vehicle also appeared to be hit head on. Oh my gosh. In the video, several individuals were found lying on the ground, holding themselves in pain. A few feet from the vehicle, Boosie was found shirtless, being held up by another individual. According to TMZ, multiple people were hospitalized. The outlet reported that Boosie was not listed on a police report, indicating he was not the driver. However, authorities suspect he was a passenger in the backseat, according to TMZ's report. There are no current details pertaining to the vehicle Boosie and his crew allegedly collided with. Boosie was headed to his next stop on the Millennium Tour, which is scheduled for Charlotte on Thursday. Following the incident, it's unclear if the rapper was hospitalized, but he took to social media to confirm he was okay after the horrifying video circulated. I'm good, banged up, but good. God got me. The rapper wrote to Facebook. I don't know, Charlotte. Y'all might just be in luck this week. Oh my gosh. So insensitive. The article's pretty insensitive to whoever wrote it. That's why I stopped like shouting out editors, because sometimes, like, I literally, not sometimes, but I literally read verbatim, and so sometimes they like miss words and say, like, even in that first article was something like a gun felony, like it was just like whatever, but I didn't say anything. Yeah, I'm a literal person and I loved English. I excelled in English and comprehension, you know. All right, guys. So yeah, Boosie, and then that happens to Boosie. So we know that he's scared, like, you know what I'm saying, list right now. He's scared AF right now. He's just got hit on head-on collision with some truck, I think they said, but whatever. It was a pretty bad crash. People were like holding themselves in pain. He got his shirt knocked off. It was like ridiculous. You know, this is bad. It looks like he barely walked away with his life. So maybe that was an attempt on Boosie's life, or maybe it was orchestrated so that it can seem like to other people like, hey, Boosie could have orchestrated himself, like, hey, leave me alone, okay? They're already trying to get me, okay? The attempt was made. Move on. I don't know. But it seems like it's like everyone's up Schitt's Creek. You know what I'm saying? I will continue to abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I want to thank you for stopping by the channel today. I hope you like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Your ride before it.